It's like, oh, look at this robot loading the dishwasher. It took it like 20 minutes, but it loaded the dishwasher. And then like in the other room is just Jeff using the VR headset. Yeah. Hey gang. So today we're going to check out one of Gundam's videos. This time he's talking about anime and how it's kind of become a problem in the West. So let's jump in and check it out.
It's a Gundam. He's just a piece of crap.
Subscribe right now. In the last decade, anime and media from Japan as a whole have become the last bastion of creativity and art the Western world consumes. Thought-provoking TV shows and movies that change your worldview, remind you that you're human or that something is beautiful in the world. Better yet, possibly inspires you. This is something that we are so sorely lacking in the age of AI and modern Hollywood.
Oh, did you see about them robots as well? That's funny, man. So it's meant to be like a robot which it's meant to be like a house robot where it kind of like helps around the house. But when they were showing it off, they've got like someone using a VR to control it, like a VR headset and stuff. So it doesn't even work the way it's meant to. It's funny. It's like, oh, look at this robot loading the dishwasher. It took it like 20 minutes, but it loaded the dishwasher. And then like in the other room is just Jeff using the VR headset. Yeah, basically.
Age of AI and modern Hollywood.
Max Lord, you're putting yourself and everyone else in grave danger. I need you to give me this.
In Dostoevsky's novel, The Idiot, Prince Myshkin says, "Beauty will save the world." I believe this to be true. Even if you were to take the quote at face value or hyper-analyze it, it cannot be denied. Whereas to Hollywood has been churning out reboot after reboot, remake after remake, reimagining after reimagining, safe bet after...
I do kind of feel like as a whole, like movies and especially like Western media has just become very much churning out like reworks and like continuing like stuff that you kind of get bored of. Like I feel like a lot of superhero movies, for example, they were good at first, but it's kind of at the point now where like, is anyone ever really that excited for a new superhero movie to come out? Or like, I feel like even Avatar, which was like a big movie when it first came out, right? They're making like the third one now, and the second one, it was kind of like cool, you know, because it had been a bit of time since the first one. But now it just feels like they're trying to make a massive series for it. And I just feel like this one that's coming out, or maybe even the one after, is just gonna, people aren't going to enjoy it. They're just going to lose the kind of like the hype for it, because people just get bored of seeing the same thing over and over again. And like, especially when it's not a good rework as well. Like take a lot of like the live action Disney movies, for example, like Snow White was horrendous. Like that just did not do well in the slightest. And other live actions haven't been great either. And it's to the point with them where I don't think they're doing any live actions anymore for a while. But it's like that with a lot of like Western media and stuff, which is just disappointing.
Safe bet that barely breaks even at best. Films and television have lost all meaning. Shows are as soulless as the streaming providers that they're on. Gen Z and...
That was another thing as well. I don't get why they're bringing Robert Downey Jr. back as Dr. Doom. The only thing that kind of makes sense to me is if they play Dr. Doom off as being like a multiverse version of Iron Man, because in one of the comics, him and Dr. Doom do change like minds or something, and then like Tony Stark becomes like Dr. Doom in that universe. And I kind of feel the way they're going with the Doctor Doom movie when it comes out, it's probably going to be like a bunch of evil version of Avengers, where you've got like Iron Man, Doctor Doom, you've got like other Avengers coming back, but as like evil versions of themselves, or like other villains that are like the alternative of those heroes. That's what I'm guessing is going to happen, but I just don't know, because so one of the guys I work with is like a huge like movie fan. He loves watching his movies and he loves Marvel and stuff, and like we've been speaking about it a bit here and there, and he thinks that's the way it's going to go as well, and even he doesn't seem that excited for it, because he's just not interested in like the new heroes they've got. Like, you've got like the new Avengers that are meant to be coming, and like, who have you got really? You've got like Fantastic Four, which are all right, but then you've got like the new adventures. You've got like Captain America, which is just Falcon with Captain America's shield, so it's just a human with wings so he can fly, and Captain America's shield. Once Endgame Infinite, yeah, I feel like that was a good point to like just cut off Marvel and just leave it there, and then maybe in like a couple years do like a few series and a few more movies, just to like bring out some of the more niche heroes and villains that you haven't seen. But they just want to keep pushing it, and my understanding is after like the multiverse of madness, it's going to be a part where you have like X-Men versus Marvel, X-Men versus Avengers, and then that's going to end with like them working together, and then like, yeah. But it's like that with a lot of Western media. Like, look at Star Wars as well. Like, Star Wars, you had like 6 great films, right? And then 7, 8, and 9 were okay. 7 was okay. 8 was like, and 9 in my opinion just wasn't good. It wasn't a great film. And then like you've got like what? You've got the Acolyte series that like ended early because it was just so bad. You've got the Boba Fett series. You've got the Obi-Wan series. You've got the Mandalorian. You've got like loads of series for it, and no one, like, you might enjoy 1 or 2, but it's just getting too much for these series now, and like these movies. Like, even like Lord of the Rings, they've got like the series for that as well, haven't they? But it hasn't been received well, so I don't know. They just need to stop reworking stuff and like let things stay as they are. Not everything needs a rework. Not everything needs like extra stories either.
Gen Alpha no longer care about Hollywood movies.
Ring of Power? Yeah.
Know it. That's why they're slowly pivot shifting to streamers as the future of entertainment, which is really sad.
God help us all.
The MCU is a walking corpse, feeding off the flesh of the comic book source material for almost 20 years now, and still not translating it correctly. Demon Slayer Infinity Castle grossed more at the box office than Superman and the Fantastic Four, Marvel and DC's heavy hitters, the massive summer movies, and they still couldn't beat anime. In fact, things are so bad after Superman not exactly being the multi-billion-dollar film, Warner Brothers is up for sale.
It got beat by the Demon Slayer movie, didn't it?
Oh no! What happened?
Have you ever caught yourself reaching for a bad habit without thinking about it? Maybe it's out of stress, boredom, or just wanting to fit in. Well, that's where Fume comes in. It's not about quitting, it's about replacing. Fume is the sponsor of today's video, offering a simple and enjoyable way to break away from bad habits while still having something satisfying to reach for. No vapor, no nicotine, all flavor. Fume is an award-winning flavored air device that delivers the greatest taste without any of the harmful chemicals. Instead of inhaling vapor, you simply breathe in natural, food-grade ingredients that satisfies the craving without the addiction. Over 700,000 people have already made the switch to Fume.
I've seen these.
Habit-changing journey. If you're ready to try for yourself.
So when I was younger, I used to smoke, and then I gave vaping a go, but vaping wasn't for me, man. I just kind of went cold turkey and quit everything. But yeah, I don't know how I feel about these, because it's technically like healthier for you than smoking or vaping, but I think if you get into that point where you're just doing that, you might as well just go cold turkey and quit, or like, you know, quit completely.
Now's the time. For a limited time, if you order the Journey Pack using my code GUNDO, you'll get a free
But I suppose it can
topper,
help people
an
like
awesome accessory
quit.
to level up your experience. Click the link in the description or scan the QR code on the screen and get yours today.
Crunchyroll boss on the blockbuster implications of
Yeah,
Demon
it's just
Slayer,
flavor
Infinity
there.
Castle. It's now undeniable how big anime has become. The latest summer box office has delivered.
So I do like that anime has become more mainstream, because I think, so like for me when I was growing up, there was like times with like certain animes where like a lot of people watched it even if they didn't watch animes, like Dragon Ball Z, Naruto, Bleach, I think they, and One Piece, I think they were the ones where like people were like, yeah, we like that. Even if they weren't into anime, they'd watch it and they were like, yeah. So I will get to that, because I feel like it's good that it's become more mainstream, but at the same time, it's also got a lot of negatives, because you've got a lot of like people that are like, oh, you're a tourist if you like this, and you know, and then you've got like mainstream people that are like criticizing people that have watched anime for years because they're like watching a certain type of anime that they don't agree with. And it's kind of a bit, yeah, it's kind of weird, to be honest, but it is what it is. Personally, I don't know, just watch what you want, in my opinion. People that used to bully the anime lovers, yeah, that's the thing. But the thing is as well, like, I think a lot of like anime, like core anime fans don't like the fact that like shonen, for example, is like by far the most popular. Like I've seen like anime fans get upset that stuff like Demon Slayer and stuff, it does that well. Like I remember seeing a video where I think it was the Anime Men did like a tier list of like they took every year, they took the #1 anime of that year and they watched like the first episode to determine what they thought of it and rate it, and they rated a lot of the older ones quite poorly, and then they put ones that they like, which were in most cases were shonen animes, they put them like quite high. But I think it's because shonen is like, it's liked by everyone, right? I think even if you're not an anime fan, you can watch a shonen anime and enjoy it, whereas like there's probably other animes you'd like, but not to the same degree, right? Because I feel like it's a more accessible style of shonen, because I feel like a lot of us started with shonen animes anyway, and then kind of like if you was heavily into anime, you kind of like delve deeper, but there's animes that like people that just love shonens aren't gonna watch, especially like in the mainstream. But yeah, because in fact, let me find that, because I want to see what their tier list was, because I can't remember now.
All right, we just got done watching.
So let's see. So, what's that? That's I can't remember what it's called now. Fucking hell, my brain's gone dead. But yeah, they're putting like Astrobot, for example, Astro Boy, whatever it's called, in F tier. That was such a good series, and you put in that F tier. Yeah, it's is it Yu Yu Hakusho? I can't remember. Berserk's pretty much like a anime that's not a shonen that a lot of shonen anime lovers like. Naruto, the thing is, I don't even rate Naruto, right? I thought original Naruto was amazing, right? It was such a good series, but Shippuden was so bad in my opinion. He did nothing over the entire series, right? In Shippuden, Naruto does, he learns one ability the entire season. He learns Rasen Shuriken, and that's it. And then he just gets like bullshit power-ups that have nothing to do with like any sort of hard work or well, he gets Sage Mode through hard work and training, but then like everything else, like Sage Mode and stuff, is just through like sheer luck of bloodline, basically. But like, yeah, elemental types as well. Like I do not rate Naruto as a series, right? Like I said, the original series was like a solid 9 or 10 for me, right? But Shippuden was just so disappointing. I didn't even like finish it, and then like, well, I'm in my like first watch of it, I just kind of stopped, and then I went back like years later to finish it. But it's just disappointing. What else we got? The fact that like Full Metal Alchemist is A tier as well is crazy, because I'd probably say like that and Death Note. Well, Death Note's up there. Like those two are very much shonen animes that are probably like the best animes of all time. Sailor Moon as well. Sailor Moon's only C tier. Bleach, C tier. Devilman, D tier. What? Original Dragon Ball and Inuyasha in D tier. That is crazy. Yeah, they just made so many, like, I know they're only going based off the first episodes, but it was such a bad take. Like Gundam, like the original Gundam, and you're putting it into C tier. Yeah, if it's old, it's low tier. Because the thing is, I've noticed with a lot of anime fans these days is they care far too much about animation quality instead of what the actual story is. So take like One Punch Man, for example, because there's a big controversy right now with the season 3 animation, where they've got like I forgot the character's name, but he's sliding down the hill and people are kicking off about it. But I'm like, as long as the story's good and the animation is good enough to portray what's going on in that story, then it shouldn't be an issue. Like take what was the anime I'm thinking of? Take Record of Ragnarok, right? I love Record of Ragnarok. I think it's a great series, but the animation isn't that great. There's a lot of images. There's a lot of parts in it where it's like the character's like making a slight bit of motion with like a still background, or like the character's still and the background's kind of moving. And I don't mind it because it's still portraying like a really good story. It's still like good enough for what they're trying to portray. But I feel like too many people care far too much about animation these days. But yeah, I just, how can you call yourself anime men? And like half, because wasn't it that they hadn't even seen half these animes or heard of them? Like, how can you like dedicate yourselves to being anime related channel that always talks and watches anime, and you don't even know half the animes, and you can't even like give them a like credible score? And that's kind of the problem, because it's not like, for example, if I make an anime list, then you're probably going to be like, yeah, fair enough, because I'll be like, oh yeah, I haven't seen that, or I watched the first one. Yeah, like, because the thing is, for me, like, I personally prefer the original Dragon Ball series to Dragon Ball Z, because it portrays, it's kind of like loosely based on Journey to the West, right? And then in Z they kind of go off into like a different path with it. And to me, like, I don't know, like, seeing someone just that's meant to be like an anime channel that just like says all these animes are bad is just crazy to me, because these are like the most successful animes each year that they showed. How can you sit there and say that they're bad, or, you know, they need to be better? I'm just gonna be right back, so I just gotta put some eye drops in.
an unlikely juggernaut, Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba. The anime epic has stormed past $555 billion worldwide, making it the highest grossing Japanese film of all time and the top earning anime feature ever released in North America. Where anime movies were once relegated to the margins, Infinity Castle has stunned with $140 million in 2 weekends, by far the biggest US theatrical run ever for a Japanese title. Given the anime fandom's penchant for repeat viewings and the rumored Chinese release still in the works, there's no telling just how rich Infinity Castle's worldwide haul might become.
I've seen all these movies, and the only one I cared about was Demon Slayer. Superman was like a fart in the wind, and Fantastic Four was so predictable I felt like the writing was done by AI.
Meanwhile,
that's the thing as well. Like a lot of these films that... What day are we on? Yeah, a lot of these films, right? Like the superhero movies and stuff, they're just so much the same. They're so similar. You can already tell, like, going in what basically the storyline is. It's just kind of disappointing. Like, there's just no enjoyment or fun in the movies anymore.
box office movies are dropping 60 to 80% after release weekend, being the norm now, or flopping so badly they get put on ice. Goodbye, Tron.
What was it, Tron Legacy, Tron Ares? You'll never see it again. Kevin Feige and those like him are no longer heralded as saviors or sages of Hollywood, but the harbingers of creative doom.
In 2020, the COVID pandemic exposed new people to the joys of the niche hobby known as anime, manga, model kits, and even Warhammer, just to name a few. But as in all things, once they become popularized or mainstream, they are ruined by the casuals that only enjoy them for their popularity and demand that the new hobby is reshaped around their worldviews or sexual orientations more often than not. This has eroded the American anime scene at an alarming rate. Popular streaming sites are starting to go down, leading to many classic animes that were never localized to the West being lost for probably all time.
Operation Anime shuts down 16 illegal streaming sites.
It's kind of sad, to be honest, isn't it? Because there's a lot of good animes out there that haven't been localized, yet people still watch them and enjoy them. But now, because of stuff like this, you're just kind of like losing access to them.
Teamed up to fight piracy by shutting down anime streaming sites. If you woke up this morning hoping to catch up on One Piece or maybe some Jujutsu Kaisen episodes on your favorite illegal streaming site, you've probably had a rude awakening. You probably discovered that the site doesn't exist anymore.
Yes, this has happened to me, and it was a terrible, terrible day.
I've seen some of my favorite sites that I have used for years that had some of the rarest anime that an American can see get taken down. And I know I'll never see these shows again. The probability of finding them is little next to none unless I go to Japan and pick up the language, which
it just kind of feels like there's not really a legal way to watch anime outside of Netflix and Crunchyroll. And like I watch a lot of the animes on Netflix, or like at least I'm still like working my way through them. But I've heard like a lot of people don't like Crunchyroll, so I just don't want to. Like they say it's like problematic and stuff, so I'm just like avoiding it at the moment. But I know I did use it a few years, like earlier in the year, because I had like a free trial. So I watched a couple of animes on it. But yeah, for example, like there's animes that I want to watch, right, that I can't find anywhere, even on Crunchyroll. And it kind of sucks because you've got like, so like one of the ones that I really enjoyed growing up was like Sayuki, which is like an alternative version of, it was like an alternative version of like Journey to the West. Where it's more kind of like futuristic, like modern day, and they're basically like hunting demons and stuff and trying to get the scriptures. And they had, I think it was three series for it and several movies. And to this day, I think you can only find, legally, you can only find like one series and like one of the movies, and then you might be able to come across a few episodes on like YouTube or something, but it's just impossible to find these to watch and enjoy, which just sucks.
I'm just too stupid for. But this is the price of mainstream appeal. Once companies realize there's money to be made, they make sure they control every avenue to said product. But there are still some pirate sites that remain, and they pull massive numbers.
The world's largest anime piracy site has surpassed both Disney Plus and Crunchyroll in monthly visits. The unknown site is doing 364 million, Disney 343, Crunchyroll 125 million.
Crunchyroll sucks, and so does Disney. It's criminally ass. With big companies taking more interest in anime streaming like Warner Brothers and Netflix, I think even Disney's getting into making some anime shows. Ugh.
Crunchyroll is
imagine
slowly
that
becoming
Disney starts
an
releasing anime.
monopoly, which you might not think is a bad thing till they drop a show you like, and Lord knows, some anime DVDs, trying to find them is like trying to find a rare Pokemon or something. And the secondhand market for your favorite niche anime, you know, the ones that nobody really talks too much about, like Asobe Sen, something like that, dude, it's $300-$400 for the box set.
Yep.
Dude, you can't get Season 2 and Season 3 of Hajime no Ippo on Blu-ray right now. It's $200 a piece. For a DVD, it used to be $30.
See, the thing is, I don't mind, right? Netflix, Crunchyroll, and whatnot giving, like, basically, like, having animes, right? But have the entire series. Like, if you're gonna have, like, for example, Hajime no Ippo, have every series, not just like 1 and 3 or like 4 and 2, you know, just have it all so people can go there and watch all of it instead of going like there for like 2 seasons and then trying to find the rest. But it's like that with a lot of media now.
Fucker! Oh my god, you son of a bitch!
Crunchyroll removes 2 animes from the platform, Death Paradise and 91 Days. They removed a lot more than that. Like Claymore, you can technically still watch them via their Amazon Video channel, Roku channel. Claymore, the anime, has officially been removed from Crunchyroll, no longer any platforms that stream it legally.
Of course, because Claymore is one of those great animes. Slash manga, but manga then anime. You know what I'm saying, right? It's one of the best to come out there, and it is a crime that it never got a full anime.
Oh, and did I mention that the localization for some of these major streaming
Wait,
sites is
what?
gone to
They removed Bleach from Crunchyroll. Why would they do that? Like, Bleach is one of the most popular mainstream animes you can get.
translating through AI.
I'm dead inside.
Crunchyroll ran embarrassingly bad ChatGPT subtitles on new anime series. The streamer previously said it had no plans to use AI in the production of its anime program. The subtitles for one of Crunchyroll's
Hulu.
newest anime series make it pretty clear that the
That's the annoying thing, because you've got to like have subscription after subscription just to watch an entire series.
company is going all in on ChatGPT. This week's viewers logged in to Crunchyroll to check out the studio Gokumi's Necronomiko and Cosmic Horror Show. Many were surprised to see that the series subtitles were filled with typos, grammatical errors, and explicit references to ChatGPT. The subtitles seem very much like text that have been generated with AI and slapped onto Necronomiko.
But so I'm going to be a bit of a hot take here, right? I don't think this is bad, right? As bad as it could be, right? Because you have a lot of so you have like a lot of localizers that make things too political. Like, they start putting politics and like Western stuff into it that has nothing to do with the show. Like, we had it a few months back where there was like a big uproar about it. So if it's got to the point where they're starting to use ChatGPT and stuff like that to translate it, I don't think that's necessarily a problem on the company. It's more a problem on like Western localizers.
And Cosmic Horror Show without first being reviewed
I mean,
and edited.
obviously it's not great, and you'd want to see them use localizers. But if the localizers are being a problem, what other choice do they have?
For accuracy.
Money, please.
Holy Jesus. You know that site pulls in millions of dollars a year, and they couldn't even be bothered to double check this.
Corporate anime streaming sites always looking to add AI and not hire real humans. But to be fair, localization has been so bad Fans have begun to complain to Japan about anti-censorship of the anime on Twitter.
My colleagues around the world have told me about many examples of censorship in the name of localization. I'm often surprised by them, and I think the Japanese people have been slow to acknowledge this issue. However, in my recent years, it's become a very important topic for Japan, which aims
Yeah,
to
that's the
be
thing.
a nation built on
If you're gonna
content
watch like an anime or whatever, just focus on what the anime says. Like, obviously there's like certain things that aren't like an easy to understand translation, right? So you're gonna like change them up a bit, but they just make it too political these days, or too like hot takey. Like, if you go back and watch like older animes, like I remember I watched a couple of episodes of Beyblade like a few months ago, and I was watching it dubbed because it was on YouTube, and there is like some sort of like Western type jokes in there, but it's not political or anything. It's just like, you know, it's something that like someone in the West would understand or be able to relate to, so it's not too bad. But when you're making it like super political and stuff, it's just not good.
Japanese people also read the messages in the reply section. Please continue to tell us about it.
So you're in a rock and a hard place if you're an American. If they hire someone to localize it, you gotta pray it's not some person that feels the need to rewrite things and reinterpret it.
Or you get ChatGPT, and then if you
Let me read that. Changes term new camera into new trans. Why are they doing that? Because they're not even trans technically, are they? In this, they're aren't they just like men that dress up as women? So they're just cross dressers. I mean, I think the only one that they're not. I can't remember. Because I'm cross dressing, yeah. Because I know, like, I guess Ivankov is the only one you can kind of say is trans because of like how their powers work, but the rest of them are just men in women's clothing.
Reinterpret it.
Or you get ChatGPT, and then if you want the fan subs, which are far better, the fan subs
of course
do everything. They give you the lyrics.
We're learning about anime and how it's going downhill in the West.
To the anime song and who did it. If there's text on the screen, they translate it. This corporate crap, they do the bare minimum and want to be paid for it, dude. And it's not limited to anime either. Even video games like Dragon Quest deal with Western gender politics or the culture war that we're locked in that they feel needs to be projected onto content from other countries.
Creator of Dragon Quest, Yoji Horii, I probably got that wrong, explains how the West is forcing him to censor Dragon Quest.
Yeah, I remember seeing this as well.
In order to conform to gender ideology and how it negatively influences Japan.
あとすごい話題になってたそのコスチュームとか当時とそのままなのかどうなのかみたいな。
Let's have a look at this. I mean, oh, I see. She's got like shorts on, hasn't she? Oh, I see. She's got shorts and then she's got like a top on underneath the breastplates. I don't know.
のがありましたよね、また。
まあね、いろいろ規制もあってね、露出してきちゃいけないとかね。
そこ、まあちょっとあんまり深掘りする気は。
コンプラっていう名のね、やっぱりね、ある種のね、なんだろうな、絶対心というべき、善の名を借りた悪みたいなのがある。
It's not a good way to describe the West, is it?
不快感を覚えないなんてことはないわけ。だって不快なことを覚える動向でもいいわけよ。だって綺麗汚いとかさ、善悪って人それぞれに感じ方があるわけ。
That's true. That's true.
物事はやっぱり根っこにあるのはやっぱり絶対やっちゃいけないことだけいくつかあって、それさえやらなきゃあとはいいじゃない。そういうのがない。
Let me try and let me see if I can move this over slightly. That's not going to work, is it? Just have to leave it where it was. We get the general idea though, don't we?
ないわけよ。
I need to adjust it later.
欧米の方から来てるその宗教的な概念から来るその正教徒の考え方ってアメリカにあるじゃない。彼らのコンプラの考え方って本当ね狭い。でだから向こうでコミックス出した時に全部その年齢で区切ってやらなきゃいけない。少年ジャンプの漫画だったら13アップ13歳以上じゃないと出せない。私は全部リテイクでなきゃいけない。でそれを訴訟が起きるそのために保険も入らなきゃいけない。もうこんなねバカな国とね。
Fan effing
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
That's right. Here, negatively influences Japan. Imagine these creative titans being forced to conform to the mental midgets that would find their work offensive because it doesn't affirm their worldview. This shouldn't be happening, but it is. And this
thing is, can't they do it like one way for like Japan and stuff, and then another way for the West? I know it's technically more work for them, but at least then it's not really ruining their perception of it. And then it keeps like the Western side happy too.
is why I don't want Western influence in Japanese entertainment. We, as fans of anime and manga, want to escape our culturally and spiritually bankrupt society in the West, since we don't have enough money to flee the country. I forgot to mention a few more stupid points of Crunchyroll, because I'm a petty bitch, so I'm going to give them to you now. On October 30th, Crunchyroll started removing shows, so people started unsubscribing. Crunchyroll then made it as miserable as an experience as trying to get out of your Adobe contract early.
Crunchyroll membership and being asked to provide bank statements. I want to cancel my membership. I did not want to dispute a charge, nor did I say anything to indicate that. I couldn't find a cancel membership option in the settings, so I contacted support for help. The support agent asked for my name and email associated with the account. Reasonable. Then the support agent asked for the card type and the last 4 digits and expiration of the card. I don't think I have ever had to provide this info to cancel an account, but not unreasonable.
Yeah,
Then
bank statements is kind of wild, isn't
screenshot
it?
of my bank statement showing the charge from them. That seems really strange to me. What could they possibly need that info for? Same happened with me. I want to change my username and they asked for the screenshot of the transaction. Provided them that and they changed my username.
You might say, Gundo, you're biased. Okay, check this out. Crunchyroll's customer service is handled by mostly AI bots now. Ironically, it's as if they didn't learn the lesson from AI translation on their anime, but whatever, right?
Stupid account management. I want to increase my membership so I could read some manga, but was informed by Crunchyroll's AI help bot that I have to cancel my membership and wait for it to expire before I can upgrade. This is asinine. If I have to cancel my membership, I likely won't be renewing it at a higher tier. Crunchyroll is making it intentionally difficult to give them more
That's
money,
crazy.
and I'm betting it's because they are trying.
How are they saying like, oh, if you want to upgrade your sub, upgrade your account, you've got to cancel it first and then apply for that one?
Trying to make it harder to cancel overall. I can't believe that such a stupid, unforced error would be made. This is how you lose subscribers, not keep them.
Shut up and buy more, Shadow. One thing is crystal clear. Hollywood is coming for anime, and I do not think it's a good thing.
Sony Group deepens its investment in Bloomberg anime sector. With Japanese animation forecast to become a $600 billion business by 2030, Sony is leveraging its assets behind the category. We are very bullish about the overall growth of anime and what that means for us.
You know, years ago I would have thought this was awesome, but after seeing what happened with One Punch Man Season 3, I'm very pessimistic for the future. Now, if they went back to, hand animation, like in the 80s and 90s, I'd be down for that. But we're not getting that. We're going to get slop 2D, 3D animation. What a stupid time to be alive. Anyway, Sony passed up buying Warner Brothers to focus on anime. That is a clear sign that superheroes are dead. And when you think about it, so's Harry Potter.
Sony announces it won't be bidding to buy Warner Brothers because it's focused on the growth market like anime.
Who wouldn't be?
We have no desire for big mergers and acquisitions.
Yeah, no one really cares about like superhero movies and stuff anymore, do they? Like we had like the big boom where it was like everyone was really excited for them, but I just feel like they're too similar, like story-wise, most of the time. And now There's too many of them. If it like, we went through so many years where you'd had like Marvel was pushing out like 5-6 movies, and yeah. But that was the thing, because I remember like years ago at my last workplace, there was a guy that I was friends with, and he was like super into his superhero movies, and he got into like, he got upset because I basically said that I don't have an interest in them anymore because they are just churning them out too much. There's too many in a year, and there needs to be less. Yeah, but that's the thing as well, because they're picking, like, in my opinion, some of the lamest superheroes as well. Like, if you're gonna do superheroes, then do cool ones. Do ones that people actually like. Not like, I mean, what have we had? Let's have a look at what superheroes they've got for what phase is it? Is it phase 6? Marvel phase 6. It's phase 6, isn't it? Yeah, I'd love a Gambit movie, but I don't think they're going to, are they? So phase 6, which is what we're currently in. You've got Fantastic Four. Okay, they're all right. Spider-Man. I mean, Spider-Man's been around for like what, 3 phases now? Avengers Doomsday. Avengers Secret Wars. TV series, you got Eyes of Wakanda. Like we've had like what, 2 Black Panther movies, and now it's not even Black Panther anymore, is it? It's is it Shuri or whatever her name was? It's his sister, isn't it? Marvel Zombies. Wonder Man. Like Daredevil's all right. Vision Quest. Like Vision Quest is just like, you've had like Vision in the movies, right? And then you had him in WandaVision, and now you're putting him in his own series as well. And then we're getting another. Oh, it's an animated series for Spider-Man. Phase before this, phase 5. What did we have? We had Ant-Man and the Wasp, which was like, okay, it was another Ant-Man movie, but we didn't really need it, especially because like they've basically scrapped out pretty much everything that Ant-Man and the Wasp was setting up. Oh, that too, if the writing was better. Guardians of the Galaxy, like, I'll be a bit biased here because I did enjoy Guardians of the Galaxy as a whole, but I don't think 2 or 3 really lived up to the first one. The Marvels, like, I do not think I've spoke to a single person that like thoroughly enjoyed that movie. Deadpool and Wolverine, that was good. I'll give them credit there. That was a good one. Captain America Brave New World, that I don't want to spoil it, so I'm not, but the ending just was not good. It could have been so much better, but it was just, it didn't make sense the way they set it all up. Thunderbolts, I mean, it's just basically like a bunch of super soldiers, isn't it, really? Just like, is what it is. Could be better. And then you've got this TV series. You've got Secret Invasion, which I don't think anyone I know that actually likes Marvel movies and stuff, like they enjoyed it. Loki was like all right, but could have been better. What if I didn't mind because it takes like ideas. Hey, thank you for the follow, man. I appreciate it. What if was cool because they took like alternative ideas. Monkey. Hey, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. So they take like alternate ideas of like, what if this happened in the Marvel Cinematic Universe and whatnot. So that was pretty cool. Echo, I can't even remember who that was. Wasn't that like Kingpin's daughter or something? Can't remember. Working for Wilson Fisk. Yeah. She's just like I can't even remember what her power was. Let me see. A deaf amputee that uses martial arts. Daughter of adoptive niece of Wilson Fisk. Yeah. She's just like, hey, how you doing? How you doing? I'm not too bad, thank you. Just watching a few videos tonight. Yeah, so Echo was just kind of like, she just did martial arts and was deaf and an amputee. She was, hey, thank you, thank you. She's basically like a worse version of Daredevil, essentially. What else did you have? Agatha all along. I mean, I heard a few people enjoyed it, but it wasn't like a super big series. Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man again. Daredevil Born Again. Ironheart. Everyone I've spoke to about Ironheart said it was not a good series. Because it's so contradictory, right? Like, they're trying to make out that like Tony Stark was just like a rich person that like just throw his money at everything, and then they don't even go over the fact that like in one of the movies he literally builds what he needs in a cave from scrap metal, and they're trying to act like he just needs his money for everything. But yeah, and then yeah, I just felt like they could have picked a better superhero to have the series on, because it's just basically like you've already got Iron Man, right? I'd understand if like you wait until after Secret Wars and then you bring in Ironheart then, because you kind of giving time for Iron Man to like his kind of legacy to like have some time to like cool down, get its like peace and whatnot. And they just brought her in far too early, and I don't think she was that good either. Phase 4, we had Black Widow. Fair enough, because I think at that point she kind of deserved her own movie. Shang-Chi. Now, I like Shang-Chi, but I feel like it would have been better if it was just a series instead of a movie, especially because like, again, the same with Ant-Man. Ant-Man and Shang-Chi set up for a storyline that they're not even going down now. Eternals. Like, did anyone like Eternals? I don't think anyone liked Eternals. Spider-Man No Way Home. That was good. That was good. But I think the Spider-Man movies are being like fairly good. Yeah, that's what I think. I think it wasn't a bad movie, but it would have been better as like a TV show. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, that was all right. Thor Love and Thunder was all right. Black Panther Wakanda Forever, I haven't watched it, so I can't say. I've only seen the first one, so I don't know if it was any good. TV series WandaVision, I didn't watch it, but I've heard it was decent. Falcon and Winter Soldier. The thing is, right, if you're doing Falcon and Winter Soldier right, did we need a Captain America movie where they're both like basically the main characters in it? Because you've already got a series. It just kind of defeats the point in my opinion. Loki season 1. What If? Hawkeye. I don't think Hawkeye needed the series, to be honest. You could have like kind of shown his backstory a bit in like the Black Widow, like in a Black Widow movie or something. Moon Knight. I think Moon Knight was good. I think a lot of people enjoyed Moon Knight. Miss Marvel. I wasn't a fan. They were kind of ruined it because they changed her powers. Like, how are you going to put a superhero in and then completely change how their powers work? And then She-Hulk was horrendous. Too busy twerking with Meg Thee Stallion in it. Shang-Chi did pretty good job, not gonna lie. Sure, it could have been a TV show, but then people wouldn't have known much about the character. That's true, that's true. Let Hawkeye retire to his family and be done with it. Yeah, that's the way it should be. Kamala in the MCU is not done good. Yeah, that's it. I just think people are just getting tired of like superhero movies, even DC side of things, but DC just has been struggling for how long to just do one solid movie. If it's not Batman, they just seem to suck. Because I think because DC is kind of like more darker and grittier, and it makes sense for Batman, but it doesn't really work for a lot of the other superheroes because they don't make it dark and gritty enough, right? And I think that's kind of the problem. You know what? Maybe I'll do this in theater mode, and that's how we fix. Yeah, that's how I'm gonna do it, you know. That should edit transform. There we are. That's better, isn't it? We can see the full video now. Yeah, I think they just need to chill with Superman because, like, he's a good hero, right? And he's likable, but they keep redoing it too much, man. Just give the guy a break, man.
Deals in the US film industry right now.
Because they are not doing that well.
Simply adding together the current movie studios doesn't strike me as leading to a big gain in profitability, for which scale is everything, so it can create its own position even without becoming one of the top players. The global market for anime is just drawing right now and will continue to grow by double digits for a while. We are focused on growth markets. It's important to have corporate relationships that foster original works. Yeah.
Goodbye, Batman and Superman. James Gunn might be fired soon.
Japanese anime boom is attracting wealthy investors. Major conglomerate. From Hollywood giants to loaded conglomerates, everyone is investing in anime.
Hollywood wants to make more live-action movies and shows made for streaming based on anime. Just a crazy idea, but why not just invest in anime?
Netflix's My Hero Academia movie is taking inspiration from the unlikely show. The film's writer Jason Fuchs also happens to be showrunner for it. The screenwriter best known for Argylle and Ice Age, Continental Drift, serves as a co-showrunner for HBO's It prequel series.
Oh my god.
Here's a crazy idea, Netflix. You know, hear me out.
Instead
of doing a live-action My Hero Academia that will obviously be
that's
100% garbage, if not 70% garbage.
Oh, I need to go back. Look at that. Oh, John Cena, The Rock, Dwayne. Is that Timothy Chalamet? I can't tell it. I think it is, isn't it? Friggin' Timothy. Yo, John Cena follows me on Twitter as well. Winning in life, I am. Ugh. Friggin' Rock, man.
That will obviously be 100% garbage, if not 70%
hey,
garbage.
Nice.
Sort of the Stranger. Do
he follows a lot of
get the original
like content creators,
studio,
doesn't he?
That would be hot. Not this. This is not hot. There are a few shows like this in the works, including the live-action Gundam.
Hey, I see what you did there. I see what you did.
With Sydney Sweeney, and God knows why she's in it. I guess it's because she's got nice knockers.
Sydney Sweeney in final talks for the Gundam movie at Legendary.
Like, there's a good shot these live-action films are gonna eat ass, and I will squeal in horror. And frankly, it's clear the writing is on the wall.
So I kind of feel with The Rock, right? He was like good when he first came out doing movies, but it's got to the point where he's just like he just plays like one like personality style, which is his own, and like he just plays that in every movie, right? It's not like in one movie he's playing Dave and in another one he's playing Steve. It's like he's playing The Rock in every movie. Yeah, that's basically it. But I feel like there's a lot of actors like that these days. He only has one speed. It's like what's his name? The short comedian that he's friends with. Single core processor. His friend, the comedian, I forgot his name, the short dude. My mind's going blank right now. Kevin Hart, that's it. Yeah, it's like Kevin Hart. He just plays himself in every movie. Like he was in the Borderlands movie, right? Playing what was the character called? No, it wasn't Brick. It was Borderlands movie characters. Movie characters. He played. Where is he? Roland. He played Roland, and obviously in the games, like Roland's like a tall, like very like military focused dude. And from what I haven't watched the movie, but from like the clips I've seen with Kevin Hart in them, he's just Kevin Hart the whole time. He's just joking around and stuff, and like cracking jokes, and it's not how Roland is. So he's not even attempting to like portray the character. I think the person that did the best in that movie was the one that played Krieg, but even then, he didn't like fully play Krieg to like that well. But like he did what he could.
Superheroes are out. Shonen is in. Hollywood doesn't love or respect these IPs. One look at how superheroes are handled, and you can see that. The never-ending quest to appease the modern audience doesn't lead to creativity. It leads to stagnation. Shows and movies ruled by committee. My God, the Secret Invasion's already lining up to be trash. And as someone who enjoyed the Secret Invasion comics, everyone should be fired for what they did to the Skrulls. These companies see anime and manga only as something to make money. It's no longer about telling a story or even making art. It's about content now. That permeates the industry like a wet fart, just stinking up everything so bad you can taste it. They are no different than miners drilling into a mountain or a piece of land for rare earth minerals. And once they've all been collected, they move on to the next big dig site. And all that's left, in most cases, is an unlivable mess for the wildlife. And I hate to break it to you.
That's such a good statement, actually. Because it's so true as well, isn't it? Like, they'll just like drain everything they can out of something and then just move on to the next. Like they've done it with Star Wars. They're trying to do it with Lord of the Rings. They're starting to do it with Marvel, like superheroes. Now they're gonna start doing it with anime. It's just downhill constantly, isn't it?
You are the rare blue jay that will be displaced by this mining operation of trying to make money off of things that people actually still care about, because the creatives today aren't that creative, and the people who put money up are too chicken shit to put it into something new and interesting. Everyone's just trying to get as much as they can before Terminator Judgment Day comes to pass. And on that note, I'm out of here. Adios, bichachos. And remember to subscribe to this crap just so I could stick it to the people at YouTube. Once I hit 1 million, we're going to do something really sexy with motorcycles.
Okay. Gundam was kind of right with a lot of it. It is kind of sad that as animes become more mainstream, especially in the West, it's kind of got monopolized and ruined. Like I said, it's the same kind of thing that's happened with like a lot of movies franchises such as Star Wars and Marvel. So it's kind of a shame to see that that is the way that anime is going to go. I'm hoping that Japan kind of does something to stop that from happening, but we'll have to wait and see. Anyway, let me know your favorite part in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell, and I'll see you in the next one.